I swear by the essence of the atom, by its central fundamental nucleus and the tiny rapidly revolving electron that orbits around it. I swear by the sun and the planets orbiting around it. I swear by the galaxies and the others. In other words, the law of Allah in the universe is a central gravitational force, with electrons revolving around it, and likewise a central gravitational force with galaxies and other planets orbiting around it. The same law. Everything is in a state of rotation. So we ask, what is everything made of? Who will tell us? Everything is made up of atoms. What is the smallest atom? The hydrogen atom. In fact, all elements are isotopes of hydrogen atoms. It results from their combination in various numbers. And as you can see on the screen right now, in Al-Isra 44, the seven heavens and everything between them glorify Allah. What is glorify? What is dhikr? Dhikr is the name given to the repetition of the name of Allah by jinn and humans who possess free will. Dhikr. And what is glorify? It is the name given to the repetition of the name of Allah's name by beings without free will. Do any beings other than humans and jinn have free will? No, angels do not have free will. Stones do not have free will. Plants, mountains do not have free will. So with what do all of them actually perform dhikr? With divine will. They are balanced by divine will. But Allah has given free will to humans and jinn, and under this free will, by remembering Allah, we become His servants. We created humans and jinn for no other reason than to be our servants. Now say Allah. Allah, but Allah the Almighty says in Surah Az-Zukhruf, verse 36, then if we do not remember the most merciful, Ar-Rahman, whose servant do we become? We become servants of Satan. So, if we remember, we are Allah's servants. If we do not, whose servant do we become? We become the servant of Satan. Allah has created everything except humans for the sake of humans. And He controls everything with divine will. Apart from that, we humans are the ones who possess partial free will. And what does Allah the Almighty want from us and the jinn? He wants us to be His servants. In other words, He wants us to continue His dhikr. For example, in a laboratory, a Muslim friend says, we Muslims believe that everything remembers Allah. A foreigner is moved by this statement and begins to study the Quran. Eventually, he comes across verse 26 of Surah Al-Baqarah. Indeed, Allah does not hesitate to set forth an example, even of a mosquito. Then he makes a decision. He says, if the Muslim's book is telling the truth, then what should the mosquito do? It should also repeat the name of Allah. So he conducts experiments in the laboratory, and indeed, if we could amplify the sound, what would we hear? We see what the mosquito says when filmed under high frequency. Yes, Allah. Therefore, what does everything actually remind us of? It reminds us of Allah. It reminds us of dhikr.